Well, how's it going, Kingston? Welcome back to the battlefield. Today we have a 4v4 on Russia 6. This one is the historical cores of the 5th coalition, I believe, 1809. So we have the Austrian cores along with the UK, and they're facing the French cores, which actually looks pretty fun. We have a Polish army here, 2 French armies, and then a Bavarian army on the far right flank of the French. So very excited to see some new factions, or factions we just don't see that often. I do love this Corps' general staff. I think they look very nice, flashy. It looks, in my opinion, a little more realistic than some of the general staff uniforms, you know, just saying. But anyway, this is a Russia 6, as I was saying before. A nice little small, quaint, rustic town surrounded by some trees, some high ground. This is going to be probably the point of a hotly contested battle. Now, look at this hut. Like, who would live here, man? Like, this is one room. This is a one-room house. Imagine looking at your window. Simulate looking out the window, and you just see like horses going past. You're like, well. Step outside and you see a freaking army coming down the road. You're like, well, we're screwed. You look over here and you know the French probably are going to be pushing down this road as well. I don't know. This is supposed to be a cathedral, I think. Well, it's going to be hotly contested as well. One LOC in the center, which you can see Austria already pushing past. They're going to be able to take this out and defend it. Now, there is another one with another LOC, a little armory here on this flank. I'm assuming the Imperials are going to get this high ground, which is quite a nice position here. It has a place for artillery to set up. They can hide troops behind the hill away from the enemy artillery. And then there's another hill way on this side, which, ooh, we have some Polish pushing up. Oh, what am I doing? I haven't even covered the points yet. So we have a 10-point Hiller, a 11-point Liechtenstein, which is all Grenadiers, a 7-point Hope. And where's the last one? Where is he? Where is ya? Oh, I know there's one more. Where is it? Oh, it's just De Este who's sitting behind Hiller, or Liechtenstein. Hiller's the one that is very powerful when it comes to these cores. We do have a lot of cav, actually. Maybe some cav clashing here. I think, oh yeah, these Chevaliers need to get themselves out of dodge. They gotta run because the French are coming. They're gonna be surrounded here. You can see them dashing for freedom, running away, and they actually do manage to make it away in time, just barely though. The rest of Hiller is gonna push this right flank here. And man, bringing a lot of troops here, a lot of good quality, chunky, nice. Oh yeah, this will be a good flank that the Austrians can push. But what I was saying is the coalition may try to take this hill. They have some cav dominance at the moment. And in fact, it even looks like they may be pushing this hill, as they have cavalry sitting on one side, the French on the other side, which means the French infantry, which may be right here, is not made it up yet. Is this a cuirassier? Oh boy, so we got some heavy cav for the French. This is gonna be, holy cow, that's a lot of heavy cav rolling down the road. But this stuff is gonna be a problem for Austria, to be sure, unless they can get that UK. Holy cow, is that another one? Okay. Well, this changes everything. This is so much heavy cav. Now, you can see Liechtenstein has easily taken this town in the center, taking this one-pointer, and he's actually pushing out of the town, or starting to, and we'll be trying to maybe push to this high ground outside the town and make a stand here, stop the French in their tracks. Now, we do have more Polish cav. I'm curious, did they bring a lot of Lancers? Yes, they did. Oh, I love Polish Lancers. They look so cool. I think they're the coolest looking Lancers. Very flashy. They got like the nice braided helmets or like the braid on their helmets, I should say. And they just look so nice. And they have a lot of them. So the cav dominance definitely, probably, I would assume, is going to be on the Imperial side, which, I mean, you know, no surprise there. The Imperials usually have some better quality cavalry, but they are bringing quite a lot of it. Now, I'm curious how much infantry they are bringing. That is a secret weapon, though, because you can see not a lot of squares for even Liechtenstein or Dieste. It's very few. The UK are the ones bringing most of the squares, and they are still trailing a little bit behind, and not even all their infantry can form squares. So this is going to be an interesting one. So buckle up, guys, for a wild ride. Now, France has set up their cavalry. We see some skirmishers now, the first of the French the French infantry. We have yet to see the columns, the lines of French. Now, they may be trying to roll around this flank. They do have Bavarian troops that probably may try to push this flank, take this high ground, and use it as kind of a flanking force to maybe hit this road, maybe. I guess we'll see as things develop. But yeah, Liechtenstein is taking the center. He's probably going to have Dieste fall to the left side. Hiller taking the right. And the UK in reserve. Hope taking the rear. Maybe he's going to sit on the flanks to defend against cav charges. Here we go, though. Here's the first infantry we are spotting. And it looks like a grenadier unit. I think this is a gren. Actually, it's not. It's not. They need like the red tails on the caps. But we do have an LSC taken in the center of the town here by the UK. Some 95th rifles. That's probably not the place, unless you're falling back. I wouldn't put the rifles here. I would push them up to skirm down, to shoot down. Now we do also have some Polish lines as well, making their appearance. I was about to say, it's like that. I wonder if that's Russians mixed in there. Nah. It's funny how this is a Russia 6 map and there's no Russians on the field. That's irony for you. That is some irony. Now Hiller is pushing forward. He does have a huge 5-gun 5-pounder defended by some cavalry. This is going to try to set up probably on the top of this hill and fire down at the enemy. Maybe get some nice good shots on the Polish cav. The rest of the infantry, as you can see, pushing up, taking this position. There is a small gap, which actually he's turning to fill it, thankfully, because this would be a problem if France punched through here and then hit Hiller on the flank, and Poland went through with France and then surrounded Hiller. It would definitely be a huge blow to the coalition to lose it. France is pushing forward their lines. We have a lot more troops now advancing. There's the Grenadiers. See, they have the red on their hats. That's a Grenadier unit. That's how you can tell. Which I love the color red, so, you know, seeing extra red on it is so much better. This is a light infantry. And this is just regular lines. Regular lines. See, they don't have, like, the little red on here and here, and then the red on the epaulets, I guess you'd call it. Sappers as well, pushing up. You can know sappers by their aprons. And their beards, mostly, actually, being honest here. Oh, wow, I love this Grenadier unit. We actually got a lot of French pushing up here. Wow. Oh, but look at this, Liechtenstein. Dieste pushing forward here. They're going to try to contest the top of this hill. One Grenadier unit sitting here at the top. They're going to pour in some fire here. Oh, do we have some cavalry maybe charging in? Some Chevaliers. They tried pushing back some cavalry, and now the Polish trying to scare them off. Yeah, this one Grenadier unit pushing forward on the entire French army, who's now giving the order to advance. Let's see if they can get their first volley of the battle off. I'm sure they will. Almost point blank. Oh, did I not fix the sound? I apologize if I need to. Yep, I did not fix the sound. Oh, come on. Why is the sound not working? This is terrible. The cavalry's gonna charge it as well. Hopefully the sound will fix itself. There we go. There's the sound. Oh my goodness, some cavalry charging in though. This is weird. I'm not hearing like any of those sounds. And now some cuirassiers going to charge in on the other side here. I hate to do this. I really hate to have to do this. But yeah, we got cuirassiers countercharging here against the chevaliers. You see, man, the French line really taking a beating against the Austrians. Although over here, it looks like this Austrian line is really taking a hammering. Oh, man, the Cav going in once again, trying to stop. Now, these are cuirassiers, so the cuirassiers dueling this one out here. The French line actually starting to have some braking as the Austrians push forward here. We have a huge cav charge here. And it does not look too hopeful here for the coalition. Oh, they're going to send forward more troops. There's a massive cav fight here, but the UK definitely winning. But we're going to get a nice flanking charge with the Chevaliers. But another flanking charge. Oh, man, a huge charge with the Lancers. And Austria needs to watch out because the Polish will really, really start hurting them here. Now, over here, we do have both sides kind of still staying in the same spot. But here comes that French flank, guys, and Austria may have to fall back. I don't know if they're going to be able to push up. Dieste may not be able to push up in time before Bavaria and the other French forces hit their flank. But it does look like France is chalking this up as a temporary loss. We do have more cav pushing down here. Oh, nice charge. Now over on this side, it does look like the coalition is taking heavy losses. They are losing all of their cavalry slowly but surely. They probably should just keep their cav defensive at this point in time. Yeah, because look at this. This UK unit is just getting sandwiched here. Oh, and the Polish are just getting so aggressive here. Yeah, that cav fight is not going to go well. Now over here, the Austrians making some beautiful attacks here. The Polish not even trying to put pressure on this flank at this point in time. Uh-oh, we got some Bavarian cavalry going for Hope. John Hope may actually be killed here in a stroke of cunning getting behind the enemy here. And yep, the UK general is dead, and you can see Bavarian cav in the back going for so many generals. Oh my goodness. That is a huge loss. Hiller is going to be slain, and Hope will be slain. Look at this encirclement that France is exerting on the Austrians. They have some nice, thick Bavarian lines ready to fire, ready to push forward and put some hurt on. They are encircling a huge cav charge here. Cuirassiers going in, but they also are smacking into this line in a beautiful cav charge. Juicy hit. Bavaria needs to win here. Oh, yep. There goes Grouchy, or Grouchy's general as well. What a loss. What a loss. This fight, the Austrians need to win. They need to start throwing back the French. Now that there is a square forward, they need to pull back. And Austria has, as you can see, been forced into a box which they need to get themselves out of very, very quickly. They made an initial good push, but with the French, oh, this looks bad. This looks like an attack column, ready to roll into the Austrians. But the Austrians are falling back. Guys, Hiller is all alone over here. Nothing facing him but cavalry. That means that the French are definitely have the numerical advantage. Oh, here we go, another cav charge going in against the French. Beautifully executed. Uh-oh, not over here. I don't know though, guys. France is looking like they're in a huge bunch of trouble, but we do have Cuirassiers charging, countercharging. Crushing that side, but look at this huge isolation. The French are just mass routing due to all this heavy cav charging in against the French line. Grenadiers pouring in as well. Oh my goodness, France trying to countercharge. They are going to push forward some troops as they're trying to crunch into this line. Bavaria going in against Austria. Both sides exerting a ton of energy to try to break the other one quickly. And France has folded on this side, but Austria looks like they made a huge advance here. You can't even see what's happening anymore. But getting a view out of the battle, guys, which I promise I'll get back to the cinematic shots here. Hitler is pushing over to attack Poland. France has folded part of Liechtenstein's flank, but Diesta seems to have made a successful push here and now is pushing forward reserves. The cavalry still pursuing the French. And I would say that it does look like the French have, for the most part, taken this hill. Now, they have suffered some heavy losses with that one line, but they are still holding quite well. Oh, Hiller doing quite well here, but this Cuirassier is constantly rolling down the flank, and there's nothing Liechtenstein can do except for hope the UK can help defend this territory or this part of their line. Ooh, that's too many. Well, I mean, UK shouldn't send all those troops into that one line. Either way, I mean, it's not going to work. But yes, the Crosshairs finally broke. This battle seems to be angling a little bit up. We got another nice cav charge here. The French line has reformed on the hill. Bavaria is now pushing in the center as the UK will start throwing in more and more troops in the center line. Hitler constantly pushing, but they are having to deal with a Polish cat. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful square. They should break them, and Hitler's going to constantly try pushing this flank. They got to turn it quickly. The French actually seem to be falling back here. Bavaria in the center getting pushed very hard by the UK and Austrians. As their reserve line now stands in the way. Both sides seem to have kind of stabilized a little bit here. The problem is, guys, is Hitler is such a strong core still. I don't think Poland has enough to actually be able to face off against Hitler. Unless they get some artillery thrown into the mix, Hitler is going to roll this flank. Bavaria is now stuck in a hand-to-hand combat that doesn't seem to want to stop. Well, things seem to have calmed down just a tad bit, I'd say. But not much. So now it looks like the UK, Austria forming a shooting line. France seems to be advancing once more to the attack. Pouring in some volleys, people getting a melee here. The rest of the French and Polish trying to deal with a very healthy Hitler, although Hitler does not have his general. And that will put a damper on the morale. So you never know. You never know. Hitler could fold. UK now pushing some troops onto the flank. Probably just in case the French throw up some cav, and also some nice shooters in the UK army. You can do very well here. And they're holding this line strong. Both sides suffered some pretty heavy losses initially, but I like how they're still fighting over the same dead-ridden field. Got some cav in the back still. Some Polish, some Polish cav really doing the work here, chipping off the Austrians bit by bit. Now Hitler does have a decent amount of squares, which they obviously are using quite well. Oh, we have a cav charge here. Some Chevaliers pressing in against what looks like some light infantry, Cuirassiers from France supporting that defense. Maybe even countercharging, as Liechtenstein now presses the attack, rolling over the hill to attack the French. Now, keep in mind the French have plenty of cav. Liechtenstein has barely any squares. I'm surprised the French haven't. Well, if the French charge here, then they're gonna get charged by cav. They have to have one cav unit for the infantry and one for the other enemy cav. So, they have plenty of cavalry still, guys. They can still do this. The French can easily win this with their cav dominance, but Poland only has a certain amount of time to be able to hold off Hitler. And Poland is doing their best to try to distract. Oh, nice bayonet charge. Forcing him into square now. The bayonet charging him. Trying to drive him off the field here. As the fight rages in the background. And now, oh, they hit another square here. Austria was ready. Hitler being ready. But it seems like the coalition is kind of getting isolated just a tad bit here. And we have more cavalry. Oh no, Hitler is taking some losses here. Cavalry rushing over to maybe trying to save them from total destruction. More French kind of pushing back. This is light infantry too, so it should have some good shooting. They should keep it on this hill to defend the French flank. France may try to retreat a little bit more into the forest and onto the hill. They need to throw the cav. They are losing this shootout with the coalition, though. They are losing it. They need to get back, start closing it. Over here, they've done an excellent job. Unfortunately, it does look like, unfortunately for Poland, fortunately for the coalition, cavalry seem to maybe be able to save that flank from total collapse. But Poland has plenty more cav and is ready probably once again to get back into this. But you can see the Polish lines starting to really cave quite quickly here. The general even breaking. He got a dose of the volley that was being aimed at this one unit. And we may actually see these can form squares, so that's unfortunately not a place. Hitler has the most squares out of all the corps. Just, you know, in case you're playing the 1809 corps of the 5th Coalition, you gotta keep in mind, Hitler is not the one to attack, although you wouldn't know if it was Hitler. Oh, this is gonna be disastrous. The Coalition just outshot this crosshair, but here comes a second one. Going in, can they make it? Or are they gonna fall back? They're gonna fall back. They do not want to take that. They saw their first crosshair charge just get slaughtered. I don't know, guys. I mean, the Coalition seems to be winning this one. Still not a smooth sailing, though. Not yet. Oh, this is artillery. Why isn't the Coalition artillery firing? Or the French artillery. Okay, here we go. So we finally have some artillery set up. This could start to force back the Coalition if they aren't careful here. We did have a, looks like the Polish are trying to keep themselves alive here. Hitler is just ignoring this rear guard and constantly trying to put pressure on the French center, or left flank I should say, breaking more and more cavalry. Is artillery finally firing? Bavaria is holding strong with what they have left if we get repulsed in the center. And it is working. I think these skirmishers are doing an excellent job. Ooh, do we have some Polish cav pushing forward? Yeah, Hitler is really pushing this flank, really putting pressure on it. I think the Coalition maybe are starting to like wear down on this side. They gotta be very, very cautious. The English need to push forward and engage the French. They gotta protect D'Este's left flank. It's going to get shot up. In the center, this artillery now really starting to put the hurt on Liechtenstein's forces. That artillery is positioned beautifully to be able to put some defensive fire, maybe force back the Imperial or the Coalition. Here we go. We got a bayonet charge. We got some more infantry. Well, these guys are going to be forced into a square as well. Or they don't make it into a square, and now we have the Polish charging in on another square here. So Hitler, as much as they've had a successful push, they are slowly but surely getting worn down by the Polish. The Polish using whatever strength they have, and oh no, we have a nice cav charge against a non-square, but this Lancer unit didn't really get the nice charge bonus. Poland should have been pushing forward, in my opinion, with the Crossier as well, trying to break the Austrians. Now you can see Hitler repulsed that bayonet charge quite well. This is going to be a grind now, as Liechtenstein's got to make some decisions. He's probably going to start dying here. His forces are starting to wear thin. The English doing quite well here, but I think this is gonna. Oh, never mind. Maybe they're gonna outshoot. It does look like the French are taking some losses here. They need to continually push forward this flank, try to wear down the Austrians. Because over here, it's a different look. And for as quickly as the Polish are trying to break down Hitler's trying to break their center line so they can push through and support their allies. Beautiful charge by some Crossier against a combat gen, and just to keep his cav alive, he's falling back his cavalry to keep that Crossier alive. It is extremely valuable. Oh, we have some British foot Matoros pushing forward. What are these guys gonna do? Are they going to go for a bayonet charge? This is going to fail. That's my prediction. Maybe not. It is tow rows after all, but still. Oh, that artillery really focusing on this line. Please tell me you're a bayonet charge. You're gonna get volleyed. No, light infantry's gonna volley you. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wow. I really thought Bavaria would have gotten a nice volley off on the tow rows. Now that the artillery for France is firing, the coalition's gonna have a tough time here. Oh man, yeah, see, Bavaria is firing on the flank now. These poor tow rows going in by themselves. But here we go. Yes, if the UK can press the troops forward on the attack, I mean, these tow rows are about to take on way too much. They're wavering already. Hitler trying to push with Liechtenstein on this flank. Oh, the tow rows broke. And now Bavaria may actually try to countercharge here, but they're going to go against the... I don't know. Oh. Let's see if these Bavarian guns can be saved. Nice charge. Now they can even... Well, they actually can't push past these troops, so they're going to get themselves out of there, and surprisingly, they did not break the Bavarian guns. But they did manage to save, and look at this, guys. Bavaria is actually having some wavering. And the UK, out of all people, is giving them the cold steel. We do have some cavalry over on the rear. They're trying to, like, find someone who can't form square, guys. They're trying. But Bavaria is about to just break the UK, actually, although both sides seem to be... Oh, no. Both sides mutually breaking, so this whole flank just seems to have disappeared, but Liechtenstein may be able to capitalize on that break and push forward. Hitler still very strong. Poland trying to rest up their troops. This artillery needs to start firing. Again, they need to start firing now, but the problem is they have nothing now in the center. Bavaria has a couple troops left. Over on this flank, Diesta is breaking as well. But here we go. Liechtenstein sending up his grenadiers. Countercharge by the Bavarian lines as well. Oh, the canister. Austrian cavalry also trying to break this Bavarian line. Can they make it? They need to put some pressure on them now. The center actually really should be exerting a lot of pressure here. Cross here shifting over. Oh my goodness, Hitler using their Chevaliers and then having their line infantry hold. This is I think four lines of Polish left. But I do believe France is pulling the rest of the resources here, which is a countercharge with just some red line infantry and some of the Crossier heavy cav to maybe throw back this. Whoa, that was heavy cav for Austria as well. That was thrown back. This artillery battery is probably going to die here, but they probably are getting a couple good canister shots off first. I'm surprised the Austrians haven't tried bayonet charging this artillery position. Nah, they break anyway. I guess, you know, it makes sense. France still has this gun battery. They need to maybe get their men back on the guns. It's a little too close maybe for Liechtenstein, so they're probably not going to. Poland has delayed Hitler quite a bit here, and there's still Polish cap in the back lines. So yeah, I mean, maybe Poland can still do some back charges here where it counts, but this left flank seems to be caving. We have a nice cav charge. Talk about us like a field of death. Look at that. Ooh, we have some cavalry charging in. They do break against Liechtenstein's Grenadiers, but not before he begins a couple kills. And it looks like with France pulling their resources into the center, that will be their last resort, and there's still a small left flank that the UK could start pressing the attack on. And they probably should be pressing this left flank. Excuse me. Oh man, all the Grenadiers and stuff are on this left flank. But I don't think France has enough now at this point to try to outshoot the coalition. Coalition has plenty of forces left. But we do have a bayonet charge, so this could actually start breaking part of Diesta's core. But here we go, the rolling over, so they're trying to break Liechtenstein, the whole left flank of the coalition here, and it seems to be working decently well here. They're turning one side and pushing the other side forward here. Now Liechtenstein is sending a grenadier charge in. Maybe they can throw back some of these French troops. But there are reserves, and there's a general up on the hill trying to inspire his men to hold, to press forward. But I think Austria is actually starting to make some defensive plays here, maybe starting to throw back this attack. The rest of the French forming up on this hill. Who would have known that this hill would be such a scene of bloodshed? I mean, fighting all around it. Now the defense seems to be consolidating around the actual hill itself now. France really did try to go for that bayonet charge. They broke one Austrian troop, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. I'm going to call this probably this is going to be a coalition victory. And, oh, look at that. You have more Grenadiers pushing forward here. Interesting thing about Liechtenstein, you can choose to either go like a massive heavy cav corps, or you can bring the Grenadier build. It looks like Liechtenstein brought the Grenadier build, which is, both sides are fun. I hate playing cav corps. I'm terrible at it. But some people really enjoy playing Liechtenstein for that heavy cav. I mean, there's still some heavy cav, but it seemed like Austria had a decent amount of squares, which is making that heavy cav not be able to perform as well. Now, we do still have a Polish line in the rear, guys, which means they're not over yet. The Polish are going to make one brave assault here, maybe pushing with the French at the same time, although it looks like Liechtenstein, Diesta, and Hope are pushing through the tree line. And the rest of the French are falling back. I'm going to fast forward just a tiny bit here. I'm curious what the plan is for the French. They need to consolidate in one area alone, I think, in order to make this. And the 95th Rifles. Sharpie. Look at him. It does look like some skirmishers. Ooh, trying to trying to skirm down the skirms with skirms. A lot of skirms, you know. Holy cow! That's what I get for fast forwarding. Poland and France are going for Hiller. They're going for the strongest force still in this fight. That was a beautiful coordinated fight. Unfortunately, the Polish did break at first, but now they're trying to hold Hiller in place while the Lions and Cav try to charge in here. They need to focus some more troops right here. The Crossyears are right here, and this is non-squareable, guys. Non-squareable unit. Oh yeah, it's happening. Beautifully done with a cab charge. I knew this cab would come in handy still. And now Austria's gonna have to make some real crucial decisions. They could try to fall back here. Uh-oh, this heavy cab needs to get out of here before Hitler shoots them to pieces. Nice bayonet charge. It's just turning into an all-out melee on both sides. It does look like this Crossyear. Oh, it got to stay in the fight. It's got to stay alive. They broke yet another Hiller. They've chipped away at them constantly. But look how many squares Hiller still has. Which is going to make it very difficult for the French to actually pick them apart. The UK are advancing into this attack. I think they have enough troops where it doesn't even matter if they get flanked a little bit. They're still going to win this one. But yeah, the Austrians have held strong this entire time. We have a general? Oh, we do. He's going to fall back. I love how both sides seem to be fighting to the bitter end. The bitter end. This fight actually seems to be not going amazingly well for the UK. They do have fresh reinforcements pushing that flank, but they are falling back a little bit. They've taken some losses of some of their light bobs. France has pulled back their Crossyear, probably has them resting up here. If only they had a couple more reinforcements in the woods, they probably could defeat Hiller. But Hiller has only 4 troops left. And there's the retreating. The UK pushing over to help their ally out. I think they're just trying to just focus down the one side. They have Cav now, just in case the enemy try. Ooh, we have a Cav charge. And there goes the Polish. The brave Polish. And now I think, yeah, quite literally, the French only have troops around this hill. Minus some of the Austrian cavalry, which is still trying to figure things out. They're still trying to figure out what they can do. And this may turn into an LOC fight. Or an LOC. I mean, there's only a couple minutes left in this, guys. I'm going to keep fast forwarding here. It doesn't look like the French. Maybe the French are actually pushing out here. At first, it looked like maybe they weren't. It was just going to turn into like just a who can get to the LOC first, but the coalition are starting to take all the the different LOCs here.
We have taken a building, sir.
And yeah, they're taking another one. Oh, this poor Cav unit, or this poor unit is going to get just charged in the back. Going to be sandwiched. And wow, the French are pushing out in force here. Some Chevaliers are going to get a charge off on some Crossyear. Maybe the heavier Cav will win, especially these guys. Yeah, they're winded. They're running down, I think, some Polish, so they were probably tired. Which was not conducive to then taking on heavy Cav. This keeps going back and forth. Yeah, because the coalition... Oh, here we go. They're going to form a square. There's no way they don't. yeah, with only 9 minutes remaining, I doubt the coalition is gonna lose LOCs. They seem to have plenty of them. They have, you know, let's count these up. So they have 2, they have 4, and I don't think the Imperials have any yet, and they don't really have an opportunity to get them. So I think they're just gonna try to die out here in the open or go out with glory. Oh, look at them go.
Yes, sir.
Such a brutal one, you know, spear is bayonet stabbing them and whacking with the rifle butt. Oh, that's just such a brutal way to kill someone. Stab them in the gut and then you just whack their head. Just like, man, insult to injury. Like, you stabbed me, for crying out loud. Don't whack me in the head, too. You know? I guess it doesn't matter. You're probably gonna die anyway. Might as well get knocked out so you aren't awake, sitting there screaming in pain. But yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward. I know I've fast forwarded a couple times here, but it does look like the coalition is just gonna fall back. Hiller may just hold off here. There's a general coming out, the Bavarian general. He wants to die with honor and glory. Oh, no, right, he doesn't. He's running away. Won't save him now. He's gonna die now.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Holy cow. Like England actually got caught by the UK, or by the French again. The tow roads. Can the French do this? I mean, they have 6 minutes. They seem too scattered, and the problem is they can't do anything. Yeah, Coalition has way too many LOCs. They have all the 2-pointers. Even if France takes these, it's over for them. They don't have enough time to march to all the other ones. So I'm just going to fast forward here. The UK did die, so at least France got some probably satisfying sort of, you know, end where they didn't just get disintegrated. They killed a lot more of the coalition, you know. But I'm just going to fast forward all the way to the end because, I mean, unless they have some glorious fight here, it does look like Hiller is going to push out with his cavalry infantry. Hiller being one of the few armies left, so a very bloody fight at the end. Both sides, man, both sides took heavy losses. You can see the death just spread out throughout this entire side. This side against Hiller and the Polish, I feel like was a war of attrition. It was just a long, drawn-out fight that obviously is not over entirely. Do we have a Polish cav charging in here? But the French and Austrian vicious fight. I mean, I loved how the Austrians threw their cav out here and just crushed the French flank. And then the French threw their crossier with Bavarian and French line infantry and crushed part of Liechtenstein and Diesta flank, forcing the UK. Oh, we got a nice cav charge here. But it forced the UK to throw in their forces.
To the enemy.
Wow, they took it. It's not going to be enough. Yep, and there's the battle. But yeah, I loved the back and forth. One side wasn't going to let the other have the final say here. Let's see, which one was this? Was this Hiller? Yeah, this is Hiller. Probably did really well. I mean, you can see 232. I mean, I know they're running down some troops near the end, but I'm sure a lot of those kills were actual kills. I mean, 116, an average of about, you know, for how many troops he brought, that's a good amount of kills for the top, you know, what, 10? So, I don't think I actually have the results for this one. There's a new patch being released. Hopefully that fixes the whole not being able to save the game results, because it's kind of annoying. I kind of miss not being able to see who got what kills unless someone sent it to me. But anyway, guys, that'll be the battle. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I will catch you all in another video.